We leave you tonight with a new trend in cooking that's actually much older than Canada itself. It's the traditional food of First Nations. Now, as you'll see in tonight's Indigenous Circle, being rediscovered by top chefs. Here's CTV's Donna Sound.
Yeah.
And your tree is going to be like...
Instead of the grocery store,
till you feel a different, tap.
Indigenous chefs are heading back into the bush.
I'm going back into the bush. I'm going back to where I came from, eating what I'm supposed to and what I have to because it's who I am as a Anishinaabe.
Suzanne Nottoway runs her own catering company in Quebec that focuses on the old ways of cooking.
We took this partridge that's from our territory. We prepared it in a respectful manner.
Corn, wild rice, fiddleheads, and maple are some of the foods that were traditionally brought to the table.
They actually taught settlers how to make sugar out of maple.
Now, Indigenous chefs are mixing cultural ingredients and getting a lot more recognition. Nottoway was asked to serve thousands on Parliament Hill for Canada's 150th birthday celebration.
Now our buffalo is brown. I'm going to add our Vidalia onions.
Culinary teacher David Wolfman had his own cooking show that ran for almost 20 years. His specialty, Aboriginal fusion.
Curried caribou, where I'm taking our caribou and making a curry out of it, and it's quite nice.
Food researcher Lenore Newman writes about culinary history and got to go on a cross-country taste testing tour. Her findings are bringing new culinary truths to light.
For a long time, there was a sort of myth that people didn't farm in BC until the settlers arrived, but of course they did.
Wolfman says he'll always go back to his roots.
We also look at it, what is Indigenous cuisine. It's foods that were here pre-contact. So let's just take a look at some of the foods, and the way that we pick them would be like the buffalo.
Not only is food a way to connect, say these chefs, it's also a way of breaking down barriers and reclaiming Indigenous sovereignty. Donna Sound, CTV News, Toronto.